Hi, Eleanor. I noticed something, but you must receive welfare, right, Eleanor?
Huh? What is this suddenly? I don't receive welfare. I know that there are people who receive welfare because they can't make a living without it, but we don't meet those requirements.
That must mean you're receiving it illegally.
No, it means that there's no need for us to receive welfare. Don't bend my own words, please.
But you're a single mother no matter how you look at it, right, Eleanor? And you're not working no matter how you look at it as well. But you still manage to make a living, which must mean that you're receiving welfare.
I already told you this several times, right? I have a husband and he has a job, so we have no problem supporting ourselves.
But I haven't seen your husband even once in the last 3 months since I moved here.
He's been on a business assignment for a year, and he's going to be returning soon.
There's no use lying like that. I'll find out immediately.
Please don't make me repeat myself. Can you not understand what I'm telling you?
I told you, I understand that you're receiving welfare.
No!
No need to get mad.
If you really have no intention of understanding, then please don't contact me anymore. I'm not going to deal with you any more than I have to as well from now on.
Huh?
I still have household chores to do, so goodbye.
Hi, Eleanor. I just arrived at the station.
Welcome home, Christopher. I can't believe that your one-year assignment is finally over.
Yep, it's finally over. Thanks for taking care of the house while I was gone.
No problem. Oh, you're going to be visiting your parents' house first, right?
Yep. It's on the way to our house, so I can't really just pass it by. And I want to visit my father's grave as well.
By the way, I invited your mother to dinner today.
Oh. Is that so?
It's your mother we're talking about, so she's probably going to make you go home quickly to see your wife and children, which is why I invited her to dinner.
I understand. Got it. So, I should bring Mom with me, right?
Yep, thanks.
Hi, Eleanor. Sorry, but could you come pick me up at the north exit of F Station?
What? F Station is the station nearest your office, right? What happened?
Well, you see, ever since I went to work on the day after coming home from my assignment, I've been being followed by a strange woman.
Huh? Seriously?
Well, at first I thought it was just a coincidence or that I might just be imagining things, but at first I just saw her in the station or in the train, but today she was waiting for me in front of my office.
What?
I go to the station nearest our house, the station by bicycle, so I think she doesn't know where we live yet, but I walk from F Station to my office, and I think that's when she must have followed me. I was stalked just back then from the office to F Station. For some reason, I think she was trying to hug me.
Huh?
That's when I panicked and fled into the men's bathroom near the north exit stairs and...
It isn't someone from your company, right?
It probably isn't. Almost all the women who enter our office wear suits or casual office clothes, but this woman wears clothing that's extremely revealing and wears extremely heavy makeup. No woman from our company dresses like that to work. It's probably meant as some sort of fashion. It makes her stand out in a bad way. I think she's probably in her late 30s.
Just listening to your description gives me the shivers.
Looking at her is worse.
All right, I'll come pick you up. I'll have to give our children to your mother, so it might take a while.
It's all right. I can wait. I'll call Mom about it as well.
Yep, thanks. Wait for me there.
Eleanor, could you come out of your house for a second?
Huh?
I'm waiting at the park near your house.
What is it, Emma? I told you I didn't want to have to deal with you any more than I have to.
Just come out, will you? There's something very important that I want to tell you.
Fine, I'll come and meet you.
Don't run away! I chased you to your house, but you drove away by car.
My cheeks started swelling because you punched me, so my husband is driving me to the clinic.
What? The clinic? Your husband?
Goodbye.
What are you saying? You're a single mother, right? Hi, Eleanor. You should have returned home from the clinic by now, right? Then it's time for you to explain.
That's what I wanted to tell you. Just what do you think you're doing? As soon as you saw me, you punched me in the face. I don't remember doing anything to deserve that.
Stay away from my boyfriend. Get away from him now, you slut!
Your boyfriend? I'm not seeing any men except my husband.
Stop lying. Your life is so full of lies. You lie that you have a husband even though you're a single mother, and you won't admit that you're receiving welfare. Not only that, but now you're trying to steal my boyfriend. What do you mean you're not seeing any men except your husband?
I'm trying to ask you who this boyfriend of yours you're talking about is.
He's my boyfriend.
I'm asking for his name.
His name is Mr. Neal.
What?
It was 1 week ago. He picked up the handkerchief that I dropped on the stairs at the station. The moment he handed me the handkerchief, we fell in love. And in the one until yesterday, the two of us have been meeting on his way to and from work and went on multiple dates in the train. The two of us got to know each other during this time, and I thought that today I would wait in front of his office and spend the night with him at a hotel. I even got all dressed up, but then he became shy and fled, so I chased him to the station. I was waiting for him in front of the men's bathroom when you came in your car and drove him away.
Where did you hear the name Neal?
I followed him home on the day we met, and I read it on the nameplate in front of his house. You see, whenever I try to ask him for his contact information, he gets shy and tries to escape. Without thinking, I parted the crowd and followed him.
Is it the case that the day this man picked up your handkerchief for you, was it last week Monday?
Oh, so he told you about me? If that's the case, then keep your hands off him.
But your boyfriend is my husband.
Huh?
That day when you followed my husband and arrived at a house that wasn't our house, but his mother's house that he just happened to stop by. That's where you saw the name Neal, right? On the nameplate in front of her house? Did you forget that my last name is also Neal?
Huh? But that's just a coincidence.
According to my mother-in-law, who's been living here for a long time, there are only 2 houses with the name Neal written on them around here. Her own house and ours, where me and my husband and our children live.
What? No way! But you're a single mother that receives welfare.
I already told you again and again that none of what you're saying is true. The day you said my husband picked up your handkerchief for you was the day my husband got home from his assignment abroad.
What? It can't be true. He's my boyfriend.
Then can you say his full name?
What?
His last name is Neal. Can you tell me his first name? If you say that he's really your boyfriend, then you must have his contact information, right? It's a day off for my husband today, and he's sitting right next to me. Why don't you try contacting him?
What? He's next to you.
Yep. It looks like you didn't notice, but the person who drove me to the hospital after I came home with my cheeks swelling was my husband.
What?
That means that he now knows that his wife was punched by the woman who's been stalking him for the past week.
No way!
He says he's not going to forgive you for this.
Why? The passion the two of us nurtured for each other this past week.
I have the perfect words for you right now. Do you want to hear them?
What is it?
You're delusional, Emma.
What?
I'm filing a police report.
Huh?
Don't bother us ever again. Hey, Christopher. I know you're probably on your lunch break, but I'll give you a brief explanation of the situation.
Oh, what's up?
Emma's husband came to apologize earlier.
What? Her husband?
Just to be safe, I talked to him through the intercom, but we got divorced today. I took custody of the children, and we're going to be moving to where I'm currently based, at a prefecture. Sorry for all the trouble we caused you, he said.
That woman had a husband?
Yep, I was surprised as well. He said he was on assignment abroad until recently, just like you.
Is that so? Does that mean that she didn't believe what you said and called you a single mother who was receiving welfare, even though she was in the exact same situation as you?
According to the other mothers, she would always complain that it's so unfair she's a single mother and yet unemployed. It seems that would help out at a store an acquaintance of hers owned a few times a week.
So she was jealous that she was working and yet you weren't.
It seems so.
She didn't know that you were actually an artist that made $40,000 a year, though.
I know if some of my friends find out, they'll ask me to make things for them at a cheaper price or even for free, so I'll make sure not to tell anyone.
Well, anyways, we're not going to take down the police report, right?
Yep, I don't think she's going to be sent to prison, but luckily we're going to be moving with your mother to your new place of assignment.
Let's prepare so that we can move as soon as possible.
Got it.
Oh, looks like my lunch break is going to be over. See you.
Yep, take care. A few days later, two people who called themselves Emma's grandparents came to apologize. Apparently, Emma's parents had disappeared for some reason, so her grandparents were going to take responsibility for Emma. But I was a bit worried of handing over that monster to this old couple, but it seems that the two have some sort of connection, and they were going to send Emma to some workplace to pay off the loan she had to take to pay off the alimony she had to pay me. At least, that was the plan. It seems that her delusional disorder wasn't just going to go away that easily, and once again, she started stalking a man at her workplace that she took a fancy of. She was fired from work and was once again forced to pay an alimony. Apparently, she went into huge debt after that, and no one's seen her since.
Hey, Jane, could you please send me those files ASAP?
Sure, I'll mail them to you right away.
And by the way, what on earth are you wearing today? Those shoes don't match that blouse at all. What an eyesore.
What the hell does that mean? Is this why you are in my DM?
It means that your fashion sense is practically non-existent. Like, did you even look in the mirror before stepping out of the house? Your outfit is a complete disaster.
Well, fashion isn't really my top priority at work. Plus, I dress for comfort, not to impress anyone.
Oh, I forgot you were born poor. Lucky for you, you snagged a rich husband.
Dave and I fell in love, Margaret. It wasn't about his money.
You know, you're like an office Cinderella. Except you didn't need a fairy godmother to get your wealthy prince.
I don't see why my personal life should be the topic of discussion.
Of course, because you're so modest and humble. You act like you're better than all of us just because you married Dave.
Margaret, I've never acted that way. My relationship with Dave is personal, and I prefer to keep it that way.
Right. Personal. Gee, even your skirt is just funny. You'll cry your eyes out if you heard what the other girls said when they saw you walk in. Sasha almost fainted in shock.
You know, I really don't care about what you or Sasha think, right? I will always wear what's comfortable.
Comfortable or not, you really could use some style advice. Other girls here talk, you know.
I'm sure they do, but I'm not bothered by it.
You know, you've always been a bit proud ever since you married that rich husband of yours.
It's not about pride, Margaret. Dave and I love each other.
Love, huh? More like he took pity on you and swept you off your feet.
Pity? That's not how it happened at all.
Whatever you say, Cinderella. I just wonder how poor Dave copes with someone that dresses as abominably as you do.
Look, I know you didn't text me just to mock my shoes. What's really on your mind, Margaret?
Oh, nothing much. Just wanted to share some exciting news.
News? What's going on?
Well, you know how you're always boasting about your husband? It's funny because I've recently gotten engaged to someone even wealthier. And he adores me.
First off, I never boast about Dave. And secondly, congratulations on your engagement. That's wonderful news. I'm genuinely happy for you. I hope you two are very happy together.
Thanks, Jane. As you can see, my life is just on a different level now. I know you can't relate.
And what's that supposed to mean?
You can finally stop pretending to be the only one with a perfect life. Your husband's change is nothing compared to my fiancé's wealth.
Margaret, I've never tried to compete with anyone. Love and happiness can't be measured in money.
LOL. You say that because I've never seen a present from Dave with you. You'll have to get used to it because gifts would soon be pouring in. What's more, we're moving into his massive mansion soon. The house is beyond amazing. You can't even imagine.
That sounds wonderful, Margaret. Once again, I'm genuinely happy for you.
As you should be, Jane. You can't be as lucky as me.
Let's focus on work, Margaret. I'll send those files now.
Hey, Jane. Did you see the shiny new car in the parking lot?
Yeah, I did. I think it's parked in the wrong parking lot.
LOL. It's mine. A little gift from my amazing fiancé.
Little? I don't know much about cars, but that car is really expensive.
Of course it is. Much more expensive than that box you come to work in.
Oh gosh. You know what? Congratulations on the new car.
Oh, it's not just the car. You should come to my office and see the new shoes and designer bag I wore today. They're to die for.
I'm glad you're enjoying all these lovely things.
Aw, thank you. You're finally being honest about something. This is surprising because you've been so proud ever since you married your rich husband, Dave. But guess what? My fiancé is way richer than Dave. Your Cinderella fairy tale looks pretty dull now.
It's not a competition. I'm glad you found happiness, Margaret. That's what matters most.
Oh, I know it's not a competition, because you can't even keep up. You could only marry a man who was already married once. Quite the husband snatcher, aren't you?
We both know that's not true. Dave and his first wife had issues long before I came into the picture. His wife was cheating and the marriage was already falling apart.
That's what homewreckers say, dear. Always pretending to be innocent angels.
You know what I think? I feel you and the other girls are just jealous that I married Dave instead of one of you. That's why you all won't stop the lies and silly accusations. You girls are still living in my shadow. So sad.
That's just silly. You're just a low-level upstart. Well, back to my fiancé. We're having an extravagant party at his mansion tomorrow. It's going to be epic. Too bad you're not invited. I don't think anyone wants a husband snatcher at such a party.
That's okay, Margaret. I'm not much of a party person, you know.
Well, I guess some of us just live the high life naturally, and others, not so much.
No worries, Margaret. I'm sure it will be a blast. Enjoy your party.
Oh, I will. And I'll be sure to send you lots of pictures to remind you what you're missing out on.
Don't even bother. Have a great time.
Jane, I bet you're having a good laugh that the party wasn't held at the new house, huh?
Huh?
Don't play dumb. I'm sure one of the girls must have told you.
Told me what?
The party wasn't held at the mansion because Joshua couldn't make it back from his business trip.
This again? Honestly, I couldn't care less about where the party was held.
Well, let me tell you, we had a blast. I booked a 5-star hotel for the girls, and we had the most amazing girls' night. We even played a game.
A game? What kind of game?
Oh, it was hilarious. I asked the girls to come up with the most ridiculous things about you, and the best one would win a special prize. You can't even imagine what they said.
What kind of things did they say?
Like how you're probably cheated to get so high at the company, or that you have a secret underground lair where you hoard stolen office supplies.
Right. I'm sure it was all in good fun.
Oh, come on, Jane. You don't have to hide it. We all know all your secrets, especially how unhappy you are. You know, Jane, you keep acting like you're in a happy marriage, but I can see right through you. You look so sad.
Where are you even getting all these from? My marriage is my business, and I don't need to prove that I am happy to anyone.
Well, we played another game about whether your husband beats you or not. And guess what? All the girls raised their hands.
Margaret, their opinions don't affect me, and I'm clearly not unhappy. I don't need anyone's pity.
Keep lying to yourself, Jane. But enough about you. Let's get back to what really matters. My amazing new house.
Of course, your new house. The one you won't stop yapping about.
You have no idea, Jane. Gosh, I can't wait to move into our new house and live like a queen. Unlike you, I'm soon going to be in a very happy marriage.
I'm sure it's a palace, Margaret.
Oh, it is. It's huge, with a breathtaking view. Joshua doesn't stop talking about it.
Sounds like a lot of space for someone with such a small mind.
You just can't stand that I'm living the high life, can you?
Margaret, I don't care about your wealth or your new house. I'm happy with my life, and that's all that matters to me.
Well, you should care, Jane. You should care because you'll never have what I have.
And what is that I'll never have, Margaret?
True love, Jane. I have Joshua. He's rich and he loves me more than anything in the world.
Joshua is your fiancé, huh? Margaret, be careful about what you wish for.
What do you mean?
Just remember, things aren't always what they seem.
You're just jealous, Jane. Jealous of my life and my amazing fiancé.
I'm not jealous. I just hope you find happiness in whatever you're chasing.
Well, I don't need your hope. I have everything I want right here. Oh, it is. I just can't wait to move in and start this new chapter of my life.
All right, Margaret. Enjoy your palace and your perfect life.
Oh, I will, Jane. I definitely will. Jane, you won't believe it. I was finally at the house today. It's even more spectacular than I imagined.
Wait, what house are you talking about?
The house my fiancé and I are going to move into, of course. You know, the one I've been telling you about.
Oh, that house. You were at the house? Tell me more about it.
Oh, you have no idea. The living room is so spacious, and the kitchen, it's like something out of a magazine.
I'd love to see it someday.
Well, I'd show it to you, but I doubt you'd appreciate it.
You might be right. My tastes are pretty simple.
Of course. You didn't grow up in comfort like the rest of us. Anyway, I'll send you a picture.
Wait, is that?
Yep, that's my fiancé's house.
No. Wait a minute.
What is it, Jane?
Oh, really? Your fiancé's house, huh? LOL. This is really juicy. Tell me all about your new house, dear.
Well, the interior is absolutely breathtaking. The living room has these gorgeous high ceilings.
Bet it has one awesome dining area.
Of course, the dining room area is just so elegant.
That sounds lovely. How many rooms does it have?
It's got 5 bedrooms, Jane. It's a 5-bedroom mansion, Jane, each with a home theater.
Wow, 5 bedrooms? Impressive. Is there a pool in the backyard?
Of course, there's a luxurious swimming pool, and it's perfect for all the parties we're going to throw.
That sounds amazing, Margaret.
Oh, it is. I just can't wait to move in and start this new chapter of my life.
Margaret, something just seems a bit off. Is your fiancé's full name Joshua Sullivan?
Yes, it is. Why? How do you even know that?
Nothing at all. It's just a funny coincidence.
What do you mean?
Oh, Margaret, you won't believe the surprise I have for you.
A surprise? What's going on? Jane, why are you laughing?
I can't reveal everything right now, but we need to go somewhere after work today, by 5. I promise it's going to be quite the surprise. I'll blow your little mind.
Go where? What's the surprise? Tell me what it is. Jane, you can't leave me hanging like this. What's going on?
So, how did it feel to see Joshua open the car door for my husband?
I can't believe it. This can't be true. This is some sick joke, right? Joshua can't be your husband's driver. He's not just a common driver, right?
Oh, yes, dear. He's definitely a driver, Margaret. Nothing more, nothing less.
This can't be happening. My fiance can't be a mere driver.
Well, it seems like he's been doing a pretty good job at pretending, hasn't he?
I can't believe I fell for this. What kind of person does that?
People like Joshua, I guess. It's a cold world for dumb people, dear.
You set me up, Jane. You knew this all along and you said nothing. How could you do this to me?
You've been bragging about your wealthy fiancé for far too long, Margaret. I just thought you should know the truth.
I can't face him right now. I'm humiliated. What am I going to do, Jane? I've been living a lie and my friends and family think I'm engaged to a wealthy man.
Well, maybe you should have been more humble, Margaret, instead of trying to make everyone else feel inferior.
I wanted to fit in, to be like all the other girls. I thought he was my ticket to happiness. I wanted to be better than you.
And instead, you got yourself a driver. Not the wealthy man you've been bragging about. That business trip your fiancé went on? He was just driving my hubby throughout LA.
What am I going to do now? This can't be happening. He told me he got us that house. He told me he was going to live there. Oh my God.
And that house turned out to belong to my husband, Dave. It's our new house, and we're planning to move in 2 weeks. Well, you see, Margaret, sometimes the truth isn't what we want it to be.
This is embarrassing. Gosh, I need to fix this somehow. I can't let everyone know. The girls at work will make my life a living hell.
Oh, you mean you can't let everyone know that your rich fiancé is just a regular guy?
Yes, exactly. I've been living a lie, Jane. You won't rat me out, will you?
Maybe it's time to come clean, Margaret. Face the consequences of your silliness.
No, I can't do that. I'll find a way to fix this mess, even if it's the last thing I do. I mean, I can still fix this, right? I'll talk to Joshua and he'll explain everything. Maybe he's not just a driver. He can still be a really rich driver, right?
Don't be stupid. How many rich drivers have you heard of? And do you really think he'll be honest with you now that his secret's out?
I have to try, Jane. I don't know what to do. I've put so much into this relationship. I can't let my life fall apart like this. What am I going to do now? This can't be happening to me.
LOL, you're asking me? Deal with your issues yourself, Margaret. But don't expect any sympathy from me.
I'll figure this out myself. I don't need you.
Good luck, Margaret. You'll need it.
You fired Joshua?
Of course I didn't. He's Dave's employee, not mine. Former employee, if you get what I mean.
Oh, don't give me that crap. I know you told your husband to fire him.
Well, what can I say? He was using pictures of his employer's house to deceive people. Surely that's not the best behavior for any worker. Who knows what he will do next?
My God. You know what? I don't even care about that lying scumbag. Jane, I'm in big trouble. I've racked up so much debt with my extravagant lifestyle, and now Joshua isn't rich. I am doomed.
And what do you expect me to do about it?
I need your assistance. Please, Jane. I have nowhere else to turn. I can't call off the engagement. I'll be humiliated at work.
Oh, the great Margaret needs my help now? After all the mocking and bragging?
I know I've been awful, but I'm desperate. I've even sold most of my expensive stuff. All my jewelry and bags, gone.
So you're left with the designer shoes and the car, huh?
The auto company took it back. I'm selling everything I own, and it's still not enough to clear the debts.
I thought the car, the shoes, and the bags were love gifts.
They were not. I bought them all myself on credit.
You what? On credit? Even for you, that's dumb.
I just wanted to look like a rich man's fiancé. And Joshua told me he'd cover all the payments after our wedding. Please, Jane, help me out. I know you can. I promise I'll pay you back soon.
You really thought this through, didn't you? Well, I won't bail you out of this mess, Margaret. You made your bed, now you lie in it.
Jane, I can't believe you can be so heartless.
Heartless? No, Margaret, I'm not heartless. I'm just not foolish enough to bail you out of a mess you willingly created. You spent your way into this, and now you have to figure your way out.
But Jane, I've lost everything. The car, the fancy clothes, the parties. I can't lose the status.
Oh, the status. Is that what this is all about, Margaret? You wanted to marry Joshua just to keep up appearances?
It's not like that. I loved him. I just didn't know he was a liar.
Love? Or the idea of a wealthy fiancé? Face it, Margaret. You are more in love with the idea of marrying into wealth than the man himself.
Maybe I was foolish, but now I'm drowning in debt and I don't know what to do.
That's not my problem, Margaret. You should have thought about the consequences before maxing out your credit cards.
Jane, please, I'm begging you. I can't turn to anyone else. You're the only one I feel won't make fun of me.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen, Margaret. From flaunting your riches to begging for help.
I'll do anything to fix this, Jane. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Anything? Will you finally admit that I didn't snatch Dave from his cheating ex-wife? Will you publicly apologize for all the nasty things that you've said?
Yes, I'll apologize. Just help me, Jane. Please, I'm begging you.
Sorry, Margaret, but apologies won't pay your debts. You've shown your true colors, and I won't forget it.
Please, Jane, I beg of you.
You got what you deserve, and never, ever text me again. So, that's how it all played out. Margaret, with her extravagant dreams, ended up in a debt pit deeper than anyone could have imagined. The girls at work finally found out about Margaret's fiancé, and they can't stop laughing. As for me, well, I got promoted, and Dave and I moved into our new home, the one Margaret had been so eager to call hers. So, while Margaret works weekends and night shifts to dig herself out of that financial hole, I'm enjoying the comfort of our new home, a home built on hard work, not lies. Karma's a funny thing, isn't it?